We will be looking at when NFL players trash talk and it goes insanely wrong, like when Patrick Mahomes underestimated his division rival. Justin Herbert had an amazing rookie season in 2020. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, threw for 31 touchdowns and over 4,000 yards. His hype is spreading like a wildfire, although Patrick Mahomes is not yet feeling the heat. After another prolific season, finishing top 3 in MVP voting and making it to a Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is enjoying his offseason playing in a golf tournament on July 13th, 2021. As he was walking to his ball during a hole, a Chargers fan in the crowd blurted out, "Watch out for Justin Herbert this year," to which Mahomes replied,
"Watch out for Justin Herbert next year. I'll see it when I believe it."
He got the saying wrong, but we get the point. We are picking up what you are putting down, and we do not have to wait long for these two to face off. Just a few months later in week 3, the Chargers traveled to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. And jumping into the third quarter, tight game, Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert are going shot for shot.
Here's the 22nd one for the Chiefs. To Edwards-Helaire. Second and 10. To the end zone and Hardman. Vizcaino's kick. Looking for options. Throws it off his back foot and it's intercepted.
Patrick Mahomes is the first to mess up. Justin Herbert has the ball with 1 minute left in the game. Score tied. All Patrick Mahomes can do is sit there and see how this unfolds. Well, you can believe it now. Justin Herbert sealed the game. The Chargers won 30-24. To show how impressive this performance was, this is the most touchdowns thrown against the Chiefs since 2018. This game ranks number 1, tied with only Jared Goff in the legendary Monday Night Football game. Justin Herbert dominated. Unfortunately for the Chiefs, that is not the only time trash talk went sideways. This graph is the most passing yards against the Chiefs in the 2021 NFL season. Some rough games, but at number 1 is the Bengals. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins demolished the Chiefs secondary. Now in week 13 of the 2022 NFL season, the Bengals are coming to town again. The Bengals have nearly the same receiving core for this game, while the Chiefs secondary has some new faces in veteran safety Justin Reed and rookie Trent McDuffie. They slightly improved from bad to less bad. So, going into this game, everyone has one question on their mind. How will the Chiefs secondary do against the Bengals receiving core this time around? Justin Reed responded by saying this.
A lot of it's going to come down to making the play on the ball. They have 88, Higbee. No, it's not Higbee was with the Rams. What's his name? It is Higgins. It's Higgins. Higbee and Higgins. They're going to have him back. He's a very talented receiver too, more of a finesse type of guy. I'm going to lock him down. You know, straight up.
He is guaranteeing to shut them down. But to make matters even worse, after forgetting Higgins' name, he then went on Twitter and said that he meant Hayden Hurst, then doubled down with the trash talk. Jamar Chase saw this shade and replied, "Let's put some money on it, big time." To which Reed said, "Y'all welcome for the extra motivation. I'ma see you Sunday, champ." And Jamar Chase just left it with a tuna in a can. Even Andy Reid did not approve of this trash talk, saying, "I'm not real big on that. He's new to our team. He's aware of it now for sure. He wasn't before." So jumping into the game, are the Chiefs going to stop the Bengals this time around? The Bengals receiving corps had another field day with the Chiefs. T. Higgins had a touchdown and Jamar Chase caught for 97 receiving yards. The Bengals won 27-24. And after T. Higgins' touchdown, Jamar Chase ran up to Justin Reed and boasted in his face. Justin Reed will hopefully get more familiar with his opponents next time, something that Wes Welker should actually do less of. Heading into the divisional round of the 2010 playoffs, there is one matchup that everyone is looking forward to. A battle between two division rivals, the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots. On paper, this matchup is electric. It is like an older brother versus a younger brother. The best offense versus arguably the best defense. The MVP favorite versus the best cornerback in the league. And in their two regular season games, the Jets won the first one 28-14. Then the Patriots dominated in the second 45-3, which is the Jets' fourth worst loss in franchise history. There is a lot of animosity and dislike between these two teams. However, just like fighting with a sibling, someone had to take things too far. Prior to this matchup, there is a rumor going around that allegedly Rex Ryan has a foot fetish. Patriots' #1 wide receiver, Wes Welker, took this information and ran with it.
Everybody's putting their best foot forward, and you can't just stick your toe in the water. You got your foot up in the air and want to go out there and just put your best foot forward. He's got great feet. We've had some younger players really step up this year, and he has good feet. He's another guy who's great feet. You bring your best foot forward out there and making it happen. He just does go out there and being good little foot soldiers. You definitely have to be on your toes.
During a press conference, he worked in 11 foot references. Rex Ryan, with his personal life ripped apart, how does his team respond? The Jets made a statement. Wes Welker had very little impact on the game, only catching for 54 yards. They beat the Patriots 28-21, and this was their first win against the Patriots in the playoffs in franchise history. Wes Welker made things weird and got sent home for it, which is something that is similar to what Chris Cooley did. Tony Romo and the Cowboys got embarrassed in Week 4 of the 2011 NFL season. At the start of the third quarter, the Cowboys had a 25-point lead over the Lions. Now, if we look at the score at the end of the game, they lost 34-30. This is a horrific, embarrassing, and tragic low moment for Tony Romo, although his pain is amusing to one division rival. Washington's tight end Chris Cooley was asked about Romo's performance, and he said, "It's so good. I was watching the scoreboard in St. Louis, and I didn't see they'd lost really until the end. It's amazing to watch him choke like that. I'm just saying the only way you're going to give up that many points is turnovers, right? It's hilarious to watch him throw pick sixes too, back to back. I loved it." Chris Cooley really held nothing back. And just a few weeks later, the two teams are set to face off. Chris Cooley is injured for this game, but Tony Romo came out firing, jumping to a 10-0 lead. But Washington came back 14-10. From there, very little separated the two. The game then went into overtime. Washington got the ball first and drove down the field. However, Graham Gano missed the field goal that Washington set up. Tony Romo gets the ball. A field goal wins the game. Will he choke it? Tony Romo completed the game-winning drive. Along with that, he played amazing in the game with 3 touchdowns and 292 passing yards. If I had to guess, Chris Cooley probably did not think that was amazing, especially on 3rd down and 15 when Tony Romo, with pressure in his face, got out of the pocket and found Dez Bryant downfield. This play ultimately put the Cowboys in field goal range to win the game. Tony Romo proved himself, something that Trevor Lawrence tried to do. Trevor Lawrence is having a season to remember in 2022. He led the Jaguars to their first playoff appearance in 5 years and upset the Chargers in the wildcard round. Although heading into the divisional round against the number 1 seed Chiefs, he made a massive mistake. There are roughly 5,730 stadiums in the world. Out of all of those stadiums, the loudest, Arrowhead Stadium. No other arena on this floating rock is louder. One international fan talked about his experience attending Arrowhead. They said, "The noise will always be the thing that sticks in my mind. It was truly deafening. I was told the day after that it was a tame atmosphere." Despite that, when Trevor Lawrence was asked about playing in Arrowhead, he said,
"I can't imagine it'll be much louder than our fans were here on Saturday, honestly."
You are the heavy underdogs against the best team in the league, and now you rile up their entire fan base. This sparked quite the outrage. Just thinking about how loud Arrowhead is going to be is giving me chills. Boy, is Trevor in for a surprise. He's about to find out. Even his head coach had this to say about Arrowhead's atmosphere: "Nothing prepares you for that." Trevor Lawrence has poked the largest bear in the world. So, jumping into the game, how will he do with a pissed off Arrowhead?
CTN to the back. First play, incomplete. Trying to get it. Lawrence got it up quick and incomplete. Lawrence in the middle throws it. Going quick from the 9. Gets it out. Active. And it's fine. Off the football. Free the 6. Pressure up. Lawrence puts it up. And it's intercepted. What a play by Jalen Waddle. Lawrence towards Marvin Jones. Goes up.
The Jaguars lost 27-20. Now, there is not a stat that shows the direct impact of the crowd noise in a game, but we can look at situations when the crowd is the loudest, 3rd downs, and in the 4th quarter. This is a graph of the Jaguars' 3rd down conversion rate all season, and this is their conversion rate versus the Chiefs. A huge drop off. Then in the 4th quarter, the Jaguars had 3 drives. This is the results of those drives. Clearly, the atmosphere heavily impacted the game. Not the best idea to give the loudest stadium in the world a reason to get even louder. I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.